5 times 1 is equal to, is that 5 times 1? Yeah. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. And 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. Now I'm adding 2 zeros because I'm multiplying in my hundreds place. 5 times 6 is equal to 30. 5 times 7 is equal to 35. 35 plus 3 is 38. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 times 7 is 35. And 5 times 1 plus 3 is 8. Wow, that one was so long. I'm going to make sure I add all of my numbers together now. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. And 8 plus 8 again is, 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 5, or 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 plus 5 is 22. And 5 plus, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 5 is 15. 8 plus 1 is 9. Whoa, what a long one. Okay, then I move my decimal over twice, and that is going to give me 95,296 and 8 tenths. So if I were to round this number, I would have rounded 200 times 600, which would have given me 12, and I add my 4 zeros at the end, and that would have been 120,000, which makes sense because this one is also, did I do that right? 200 plus 600, 2 times 6 is 12, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So approximately it is also around that answer. Now, I am going to turn the page. We are on page 68. Make sure you are turning to the correct page. For the question right here, it says Eric's goal is to walk 2.75 miles to and from the park every day for an entire year. How many days are in a year? 365. So it says if he meets his goal, how many miles will Eric walk? So what I'm going to do is I am multiplying 365 times my number right here, which is to and from. When they say to and from, they want you to add that number. So I'm going to add 2.75 plus 2.75 because this is going to be to and this will be from. Okay? Because you need to go back and forth. So that means that you're walking 2.75 miles each way. So I'm going to add this number together. 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 7 is 15 plus 14 plus 1 is 15. Bring down your decimal. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So I need to multiply 365 times 5.5 to find my answer. And that is exactly what I am doing right here. I'm making sure I'm multiplying and writing my lines. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 2 is 32. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3 is 18. Bring my 0 down. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 2 is 32. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3 is 18. Add all of my numbers together and let's see what my final answer is going to be. You're going to get 200 or 2,000.5 miles. If you're moving your decimal over once, then you move it over once in your answer. Now for the problem number 4, they're asking you at galleries, art galleries often price paintings by square inch. If a painting measures 22.5 inches by 34 inches, costs $4.15 per inch. What is the selling price for the painting? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm multiplying 22.5 times 34. And the reason why is I'm taking this number and I'm multiplying times 34 because it's 34 inches. So multiply these two numbers together. Don't forget to draw your lines. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 14. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. Bring down my 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 7. 3 times 2 is 6. Add all of my numbers together. And what I'm going to get here, I need to move my decimal over once. I'm going to get 769.0. Okay? Now, sorry, 765.0. Now, what I'm going to do with that number is I am going to take that number and I'm going to multiply it times $4.15. Okay, so 765. This one is going to be a little long. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 times 4 is 20. Bring down my 0. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9. 6 times 4 is 24. Add 2 zeros because now I'm multiplying in my hundreds place. 7 times 5 is equal to 35. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 times 4 is 28 plus 1 is 29. I'm adding all of my numbers together and I am getting and then I'm going to move my decimal over twice, so that's going to give me my final answer of $3,174.75. And my last question, Jerry spends $1.25 each day on lunch at school. On Fridays, she buys an extra snack of 55 cents. How much money will she spend in 2 weeks? In 2 weeks, we know that 2 weeks is equal to how many days? Okay, we need to figure out, it's 14 days, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add $1.25 and we're going to multiply it times 55 cents because that's for her snack. Oh, add, sorry. I almost thought we needed to multiply. 5 plus 5 is 10, 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Bring down your decimal, 1 plus 0 is 1, so we have $1.80. Okay, now, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 1.25 times 8, and the reason being is because on Friday she buys an extra snack. So we're going to multiply times 8. We're only counting 4 days and 4 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 2 weeks. 8 times 5 is equal to 40. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is equal to 10. Bring your decimal over twice, so you get $10 and, oh, just plain $10. Now, with the 180, what we're going to do, $1.80, we're going to multiply it times 2. Because we know it is for 2 weeks. 0 times 2 is equal to 0. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So we get $3.60. Now we're going to add $10 plus $3.60 to find our final answer. So that is going to give me $13.60. Okay? And that is all for today. Make sure you're asking me questions in class if you are confused.